Hey Danny, how you doing, man? Brilliant, yeah.
Oh, the wheel of bullshit.
See, I found a use for it, Lewis. I found a
yeah, bitch.
Yeah, you're
Bitch!
desperately trying to get as much use out of it as you can, so you can say, oh yeah,
yeah.
this wood glue was technically a business expense. I bet you're the kind of person where your accountant really hates you. It's like, no, Danny,
yeah.
you threw away every single receipt somebody handed you for the last decade, and you expect me to do your tax? No.
Danny, why do you need a table? Because I need to write stuff on it. Have you got a desk? Yeah. So, but why do you need another table? Because I've only got 3.
We all know you need at least 4 tables to be a good writer. Come on now, Mr. Accountant Man.
At least
4. God.
Oh, crikey. Well, we are here today not to do a 10-minute bullshit in a 30-minute show, but instead to talk about the final episode of Season 4 of Rick and Morty. And I've forgotten what it's called almost immediately.
Star Mort, Rickturn
Oh,
of the
Jesus
Jerri.
Fucking hell.
Fucking hell, the subtlety's it's just been drained. Out of
Yeah,
these.
subtlety's out the window. They're just sort of hammering an idea now.
Yeah.
Right, think of a franchise, and how can we get the words Rick Morty in it? How can we make that happen?
Star Wars, Mort, Star Morty. No, just say Mort. Okay. Rickturn of the Jedi. Jerri.
A day in the writers' room, where they were just like, right, what words can we squish Rick into? What words can we put Beth, put Summer, put what words can we make work?
Have we had Beth in summer episodes?
I have no idea, but I really hope we do, because I'd like to know how that works.
We've had the ABCs of Beth. Which is what this episode is a sequel to, essentially.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't know. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. This episode was written by Anne Lane, and it was directed by Erica Hayes, and it is starring Justin Roiland, Sarah Chalk, Spencer Grammer, and Chris Parnell. But for some reason, I've wrote Parnell Chris. Don't know why that is.
Parnell, Chris.
Have you got an opening statement?
I do. A scathing indictment of mainstream sci-fi with a semi-heartwarming clone story thrown in. A good story, a good series.
Yes. A mind-blowing season family finale that puts another nail in Rick's coffin as the lowest status character in the family.
That's true. It's the sad reality of this show is that's sort of where we're heading. Is Rick, who started out as like, and still sort of is like this god amongst just like lizards. Do you know what I mean? And we're ending up in this situation where Rick is, like you say, the lowest status member of the family.
Yeah, they don't really need him anymore. Which is horrible, but and actually not that horrible because he's. As Beth said, he is a piece of shit.
He is a bit of a piece of shit. That's very true.
Yeah.
Anyway, have you got any good CRQs, CRSs, Js?
Yes. Holy Summer. Clone Beth. I tried to put Summer's name in there for the quiz. That should be a thing we do from now on. In season 5, every single creepy room question we have, we need to put Rick, Jerri, or Morty. Father of the Morty.
God's sake.
Yeah, so Clone Beth is back.
Clone Beth is back. Yeah.
Yeah, but we still don't know which one's the clone. But it looks as if she's gonna be a permanent member of the family now. So.
It does indeed, and to be honest, I quite like sort of the vaguely heartwarming aspect of that. Of like, no, we've got 2 really badass mums now. I sort of don't care what you're saying to me, Rick. I'm just very happy with the current situation.
Yeah,
it's like it's sort of as though they've got so used to this sci-fi bullshit that they just want to be happy and have the sci-fi bullshit, and they realise that you don't have to be this Rick level chaos embracing person, you can embrace sort of this the beauty of a simple family while also trying to be happy.
Do you know what would be really heartbreaking if we go into season 5 and by the end of season 5, Rick's assertion that her Beth's hero phase is just a phase and she turns into a sort of like even more cold and heartless version of Rick.
Yeah,
And
that's true. Space Beth becomes horrible like Rick.
Yeah, that would be horrible.
Definitely.
Which I cannot believe that we're getting so much character depth out of this animated show. I mean, it's absolutely.
Yeah.
Look,
have you ever got any level of character depth like this out of any other show? Out of like The Simpsons, Family Guy, American Dad, anything?
Most live action shows don't have this level of fucking character depth. What else have I got? Summer and Morty are little perverts.
It would certainly seem so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, is that meant to be some kind of a commentary on modern day teenagers, or is that just, or does that just because they both have this sort of amoral existence in a way? They're like, well, I mean, it doesn't matter if I just go and stand in the girls' locker room because we can just get a new reality. That's fine. Is it? I suppose the question we should be asking is it Rick teaching them this immorality, or is it amorality, or is it just a commentary on the state of teenagers at present? Once given the ability to go invisible, do you know what I mean? What would happen?
Well, I mean, if that's the case, then they're all hypocrites then, because they can't.
I suppose so.
They can't be amoral and say, "Oh, who cares? We'll just get another reality," and then say, "Oh, Rick, you're a piece of shit." Do you know what I mean? You're a bad person for doing. So that's just hypocrisy. It's at its highest level. But you know, human beings are hypocritical. So, what an epic fight between Rick and Phoenix Person.
Yes, completely. Although I was very surprised that Phoenix Person was like about to kill Rick. Essentially,
yeah.
Phoenix Person won that, which is bizarre, isn't it? We watched Rick beat the shit out of a god in a previous episode, and now, or Rick at least holding his own against a god, and now Phoenix Person is there like kicking his ass. It's crazy.
Maybe it was sort of letting him win because he hates himself.
Maybe that's true, and I suppose it doesn't matter so much to some degree if it's like, well, I know I can survive anything really. It doesn't matter if I get brutally wounded, because I'll be mostly fine. I
mean, and when he dies, wouldn't his body just get uploaded to like another reality again?
That's very true, actually. Yeah, is it even possible for Rick to die now? If he tried to die, is it even possible?
I mean, that whole sort of metal shell that formed round his heart. Oh, that's hilarious. Because I bet a huge we saw last season that a huge portion of him is made up of cybernetics. So like how much of a human being is he essentially?
Yeah. Well, there was that bit, wasn't there? Like when he got cut like on his belly and his organs spilled out, and they were mostly cybernetics.
Yeah.
Like some, like identifiably like some lungs and intestines, but mostly machinery.
Yeah, which is it's like the whole broom argument,
Yeah, the ship of Theseus. Once you replace the handle and you replace the brush, is it still the same broom?
The answer's no. Dun dun dun. A turn off button. Really?
Oh God, yeah. I mean,
for fuck's sake, they could have at least been meta about it and said it. Do you know what I mean?
Or like thrown a EMP grenade in there, or do you know what I mean? If you want just like a general catch-all sci-fi problem solver, there are slightly easier ones than an on-off button. But it was very sort of. It does personify that idea that that Rick has about the Galactic Federation. It's like, well, they're all just idiots.
Yeah.
But yeah, you would have to be an idiot to just put an on-off switch just there, ready to go.
That's true. He brutally killed Tammy. And his reaction wasn't you killed my best friend. It was, you made me go to a wedding.
It's just horrific. And then we see him trying to sort of resurrect Phoenix Person, which is even more horrific. Really,
yeah, screaming and I want to kill you. And and Phoenix Person said, "Where is Tammy?"
Oh, don't worry, she's dead.
And it just goes silent. For fuck's sake, Rick, you piece of shit.
I know. It's I did like Bird Person, and I liked this idea of like, oh, he's a retired warrior to some degree, and that bit that Rick had where it was something like his best moment was the Blood Moon of Kavos 3 or some obscure place name or whatever. I liked that was the idea they were sort of going with. So I suppose it does stand to reason. It's like, well, if you replace the bits of him that are now sort of old and obsolete, does he become this mighty warrior again?
Yeah, I mean, I found it hilarious that Jerry's only function throughout the episode was saying "hey," and
and puppeteering.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
And a sort of hey, fuck, Jesus Christ!
It's just Jerry is just such a piece of shit. That's the thing.
He really is. He really is.
What's everybody drop your weapons except for Jerry, and he just throws it on the floor.
That was it.
Fucking classic.
Oh God. And we got the return of Dr. Wong.
We did get the return of Dr. Wong.
Yeah, racist name.
Yeah, I'd like to discuss this. I actually wrote this down. I don't discuss problems. I incinerate them. I mean, depending on what you're having trouble with, that could be a good mantra in a strange way.
Yeah. Don't
get me wrong. Rick definitely needs a lot of therapy in order to, if he wanted to become a sort of functioning human being rather than this monster that he is.
Oh, I think he's too far gone at this point.
Perhaps, I don't know, but I just like that line. I don't discuss problems. I incinerate them. It just seems it's very, very Rick.
Yeah, but Beth's misbehaving and Rick just throws her into a vat of acid.
Oh God!
Incinerated, bitch.
One thing I do have a question about: how long did it take for the new Intergalactic Federation to form?
About a season.
Oh God!
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really matter, does it? I mean, we saw
that's true.
We saw Tammy and Bird Person Phoenix Person at the end of the first episode of season 3, and the two of them sort of flew away. So, I mean, I'd say so 2 seasons essentially.
Yeah, I suppose two seasons makes sense. Yeah,
that's enough time, I reckon. For a. I mean, they just sort of came out of nowhere though. It was like it wasn't like this impending doom. It was like, no, we're right into it.
Yeah.
Which
I really liked. Oh, sorry, go on.
No, on you go.
It's another thing I liked about this Galactic Federation is they appeared to be sponsored by Wrangler jeans.
Yeah.
It's that thing about how the space laser will destroy anything aside from Wrangler jeans, and that's sort of a very, I don't know, it's a very late stage capitalism thing in a strange way. It's like, we are going to do her. I know. I'm
Here we
ranting
go
about capitalism again, but it is sort of like, if Amazon released delivery drones, and they said, oh yeah, our drones are programmed to fly past or not watch out for, I don't know, Hermes delivery drones, but if they see anything that they identify as being sold by Amazon, they will take extra care to avoid it. Do you know what I mean? That seems like a very reasonable. I would expect to see that headline. I mean, it's a wordy ass headline. I would expect to see a better headline than that, which encompasses that meaning. But do you see my point? It's not out of this world ridiculous. It's kind of conceivable in a strange way.
Yeah, and I'd imagine that sort of big sort of militaristic superpowers that advertise shit all the time. Do you know what I mean?
That's true. That's true. It's just bread and butter for them. It's like, yeah, great, but how can we use this to advertise our product? America
is like the most, militaristic country on the planet, and they advertise everything all the time. Do you know what I mean? So I thought I thought it was quite funny though. To be fair, I mean, it's like we're here to destroy your planet, but while you're waiting, buy some jeans.
One other thing I did like was the drink catcher, when Rick was drinking his beer, and he spat it out in disbelief, and then it his watch or something like reached out, caught the beer, and put it back into the glass. So it's like, well, how often does that have to be a problem for you to think, okay, well, I need to invent a solution for this specific exact thing that regularly happens to me?
He probably gets told a lot of shocking stuff, like, all the time. So probably.
Yeah, but you'd think the solution would be you don't spit out your drink, not like. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, it's not normally a voluntary thing, is it? It's like it's the surprise sort of does it for you. It's not like, oh, I have had a surprise. Now I will choose to spit out my drink. There's not that level of forethought behind it, I guess. But Rick, he's got everything. He's got something for everything. I mean, he even took the time to put shit in Dr. Wong's office.
Yeah, I mean, it's just ridiculous. How much time does this man have on his hands? They can go to some random office building specifically to install like an incinerator thing.
Well, if we assume that time progresses in the same way it does for us, then he would have had years to do all this.
Yeah,
I mean, because there was 2 years between the season and then a full season, so he could have done it at any time. Who knows what else he's got?
I think that's what the Rick and Morty writers are sort of relying on to some degree. Who else knows what he's got up his sleeve? No one at all. He's got sweet corn powers now, and then it's like, oh well, he's got sweet corn powers. That makes perfect sense.
No,
because you have no idea what you have.
He wouldn't have sweet corn powers because he's terrified of them.
Oh yeah, corn on the cob. Yeah, okay. He's got kidney bean powers. Kidney
bean power. Yeah, I mean, I don't even think it's something. Oh yeah, the writers rely on. I think it's he can do whatever he wants, and if you don't like it, fuck off. So, I mean, it's not. It's more about the sort of social implications of his actions rather than the actions themselves. Jerri always wins every season.
Yeah, which is horrific.
It's
through sheer dumb luck. He's had a brilliant life.
He's the only one in the family that doesn't want approval or respect from Rick. Like he just doesn't care about it. So in season 1, what happened at the end of season 1?
I don't even. It was so long ago.
Yeah. He gets frozen. Oh well, maybe he didn't win there. He gets frozen before they, so they can clean up the house. Season 2.
Oh yeah.
Jerri gets to go back to Earth and get a job with his family. He gets a job at the end of season 2, and then by the end of season 3, after having divorced Beth, he ends up getting back with her
and moving back into the house. No sweat. Yeah.
And by season 4, Jerri is in a higher status than Rick in levels of importance.
Yeah.
I genuinely believe that they'd get rid of Rick before they get rid of Jerri now.
Maybe.
So I mean, he's just a fucking because he's so useless.
He is entirely useless. That's the thing.
Oh man.
Yeah. Can't even do his advertising job. Hungry for apples?
I know. Got milk? I have never hated a character more than I hate Jerri. Like, he is just so utter. Oh god, I hate him.
Not even the characters from Love Actually and The Holiday, and not even those characters.
Okay. Fair enough. I like Jerri more than I like them. They're just too insufferable to compare. I mean, at least Jerri is like can be dangerous. Do you know what I mean? Can actually is capable of growth, you know. But those fuckers in those rom-com films, do you know what I mean? It's just a really small, shallow candle that will burn out eventually.
Well, I did really like the invisible garbage truck Jerri. That was just absolutely ridiculous. It really made me laugh.
It's a franchise.
I would watch that, I think.
Oh, I would.
Like, if it was like a clip show on YouTube or something, I would definitely watch that.
Yeah. We didn't get a Mr. Poopy Butthole last credit thing.
Oh no, we didn't. We normally do. Wonder what he's up to now.
I don't know. Maybe he get his job back, or maybe he's, doing a new profession or something. Who knows? But, what other notes? Any other
Maybe
notes?
he's got his GED 2.0 or something bizarre.
Yeah. I got my GED.
What did you do for the last however many years? Did you fuck around?
Hopefully you didn't just fuck around and waste your life.
Oh, bloody hell.
Oh, God. That's exactly what I did, Mr. Poopy Bottle.
That's what I spend my life doing, is wasting my life. Is that not what everyone else is doing? Come on now.
In a sort of weird, fucked up way, Rick did Beth a favour. Because Beth has always struggled with the idea that, she has to be the good daughter when she actually just wants to be like her dad.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Rick sort of did both for her, in a way.
Yeah, she was the good daughter and she was like her father. I suppose that is it's kind of comforting to them both Beths. It's comforting for both Beths to meet each other and to sort of know, oh well, like I'm out there doing stuff, sort of thing. I'm definitely out there in space having Star Wars adventures, and I'm also at home taking care of the kids. I suppose it is quite comforting to both of them.
Yeah, but obviously, it's really a horrible situation because Rick can't even bring himself to know who the actual clone is because he's he doesn't even want to have the conversation. And if your daughter says, "Can you decide for me? Can you decide what I should do? Should I abandon my family or should I go off into the universe?" And just Rick just sort of anesthetizes her and then just creates another one and just does it and just then forgets on purpose who the clone is so that he's absolved of all guilt of it. It's like, fuck's sake. And he says it himself, "Holy shit, I'm a terrible father." So at least, at least he knows. At least he knows. That makes it all worth it.
It's just like kind of terrifying in a strange way to know that Rick would genuinely prefer to not know what he's done, not know where he's been, not know any of this stuff, than actually have to face up to the consequences of it. I think there's that thing about actors or models or something. It's like you stop maturing when you first become extremely famous. And I think that sort of rings true with Rick in a strange way. He stopped maturing when he realised he was incredibly clever, which presumably was when he was very young. And so now he has this ability to sort of think, no, I don't want to face up to my problems. I want to live consequence-free. And now he's this genius level intellect that just can.
Yeah, I mean, he's balancing the idea of sort of being with his family and helping his family, but he's still got that mentality of doing nothing that nothing matters no matter what you do, and putting down roots is just gonna end in heartbreak. So what's the point? Just oh my god, the characterization, it's so fucking good.
Yeah, 100%.
I can't describe to you how good it is. It's like this is a fucking. This used to be a show, right? That just like my friends that are just like stoners would watch, and they would just sit and watch it like do you know what I mean? Just these time wasters. It just it's like, oh, Rick and Morty's so good, man. It's so funny, man. And I'm like, oh my god! But it's just so much more than a an adult cartoon on After Dark.
And it does impress me how they've managed to blend that sort of dumb humour with also simultaneously with this intelligent storytelling and intelligent sort of characterization. They've managed to blend the two almost seamlessly
Yeah.
Like, there are stupid things that they all do.
Yeah.
Like the belt of invisibility and all that stuff. It's a stupid joke, really.
Yeah.
And like the Jerry's puppet that he takes to therapy. No, Jerry, the therapist told you explicitly not to bring a puppet. Oh God!
I know, but I like it.
I know,
and
it's
the therapist, Dr. Wong, is like, Jerry, this is crazy. And he's like, is crazy a responsible word? You should be using... No, this is crazy. You're being crazy. Oh, God. Oh, the universe just hates Jerry, doesn't it?
It does, and yet he's got this fantastic life.
Yeah. The wolf, remember last season? Where it's just wanted his social security check. And,
No?
And just ate it. And just spat it out. Do you not remember that?
I sort of remember it vaguely, but like, it's just bizarre that Jerry's in this position in his life where terrible things happen to him on a semi-regular basis.
Yeah.
And yet he's fine. No,
Yeah,
he has a pretty good life, really.
He takes out the social security check and the wolf is there, and Jerry says, "Don't eat me, don't eat me," and the wolf just sort of stares at the check, and he says, "What, you want this?" And the wolf is like nodding his head. And it's like, "Yeah, but eating me would bring you nourishment. This only has value to me." And then the wolf just goes, "Oh!" And then and Jerry goes, "Okay, take it." And then he just eats it and spits it out and then walks away. So rather than eating Jerry, which is an actual source of food, the wolf would rather eat the only thing that has value to him and could get him through the month, only to then spit it out and walk.
He deliberately wants to cause
away.
suffering in Jerry
Yeah.
through this bizarre sequence of events.
Fucking hell. Ah. Even the wind hates Jerry. Sir.
Yeah, God,
What?
I'd forgotten about that.
Hello?
Oh God, it's so easy to feel sorry for Jerry, but you just don't want to because he's
No,
such a disgusting person.
Well, that's
Feeling
how he
sorry for him is
traps
how
you.
it's how he wins.
That's just how he gets you. You feel sorry for him, and then it's like you're trapped in his endless bullshit. God's sake.
Sounds like our podcast, endless bullshit.
Yeah, you feel sort of sorry for us that we've resorted to doing this. This is the only.
Oh God.
God.
Right, Cocker. That might be enough for today. Have you got a closing statement?
I do, yeah. See you for season 5. This was good.
Bitch!
Yes, very good.
Yeah.
I like that the Smiths have embraced carnage and chaos, and that they find joy in living that way. They live sort of almost a more elevated life than Rick, and I sort of enjoy that they've been able to do that. It's good stuff. I enjoyed this series. I'm sure I'll enjoy the next one. It's all really good.
Yes.
Now, Cocker, we've got some shilling to do.
Oh, plenty of shilling. Plenty of shills.
Has that piece of paper at the back of your notebook gotten full yet?
Oh, yeah. I am on Instagram at O'Hiram. I'm on Facebook at Daniel K. Actor. I'm on Twitter at Kerzo2000. What are you on, Lewis?
I am on Instagram at Lewis_Brindley. I have a Twitter, which is at LewisBrindley4, and I am on Facebook at Lewis Brindley. I have a Facebook page. I am Facebook illiterate. I never know what to say in that bit. I always end up kind of improvising and fucking it somehow.
Yeah, we noticed. We are also partnered with a wonderful company called Strudels, and if everything should go to plan, you should be hearing an advert for that wonderful company.
Hey!
Hey Dan, do you ever drink things?
No, actually, I don't.
Right, well that's messed the ad up then, hasn't it? Oh, good grief. Well, if you're not a massive weirdo, then you might like to drink things from time to time, and sometimes you might even like to use a straw.
Yeah, and there are lots of options available. I've got a metal one, and they come in plastic
Bad for the environment.
or paper.
Falls apart immediately.
Yep, which is why strudels are out there. Strudels are straws made out of pasta, and straight away both of those problems Lewis just said are solved. The pasta will decompose in a day after you throw it away, and they'll stay strong in your drink for at least an hour.
Exactly. What's not to love? Plus, they're super convenient. Having a couple of them in the cupboard will mean you don't have to keep cleaning a metal straw every time you do the dishes.
Indeed it will. Check them out today at strudels.co.uk. You will not regret it.
Well, I love that advert, but I really hated that bizarre now noise you made. That makes me want to vomit a little bit.
No. Do I have a choice in this? No. We are hosted by Podomatic. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. We've got a YouTube channel. We're on Deezer. We have a PayPal donate button. We're on Patreon. And we'd like to thank our wonderful patrons, Chloe, Darius, Sophie, Peter, and Aditya. Thank you so much. You make this possible.
Yes, it means the world. Thank you.
Definitely. We are also partnered with another amazing company, Number 12 Crochet Avenue, and Lewis is more articulate with this one than I am. So.
Well, articulate is a very strong word, but Number 12 Crochet Avenue is a fantastic company run by my beautiful, amazing wife. She crochets, and it is terrifyingly beautiful, is a brilliant way to describe it. Although, if you were not as much of a weirdo as me, you'd describe it as really good. Her Instagram is at Number 12 Crochet Avenue. She takes commissions, and she's really, really good. Make sure you go and check her out. The Instagram feed is gorgeous. It's all just amazing. Make sure you go and check it out at Number 12 Crochet Avenue.
Yes, please do. Merchandise.
Yes, we have that.
Yeah,
we have two
that.
different merch stores, one on Teespring, one on Redbubble. They will be in the show notes, description, in the ether somewhere. However you're listening to this, they'll be accessible quite easily. They're in our link trees as well. If you're on our social media, they're in our link trees, so you can always click on the link in our bio and take a look.
I forgot about that. Did we? We didn't do that for the last one, did we?
Oh, no idea. Doesn't matter though.
Yeah. We should just make an advert for every single thing that we have to advertise.
Yeah.
I mean, and then just insert it. No, but that's, you know what? People love the improv at the end, don't they?
I think they might. Yeah.
Yeah. They love seeing us get it wrong.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, I'm spinning the wheel again.
Fantastic.
That's us.
That is us. We finished another season of Rick and Morty. Danny, we haven't decided on a series to talk about next, have we?
No, we haven't, but we'll think of something.
Indeed. It might be a surprise, but something will come out eventually.
Yes.
Yes, so we'll see you then for that.
Yeah. Well, let's shall we do the final shouting for this year?
Yes,
probably.
Probably for this year, yeah. And then we'll cry. I might have a great big Santa Claus be the next time the series comes out.
Yes. Okay.
It's the final episode of the season! Oh, Rick's a piece of shit! Rick's a piece of shit! Jerry's a piece of shit!
Jerry's
We're all a
terrible
piece of
and
shit!
things are terrible.
We're
Oh my
all
God.
a piece of shit! Ha ha!